you today? This is Marilyn's story time from Lehman Library. I was wondering if you might see any penguins around here. Anybody see a penguin? Oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I'm dressed up as a penguin today. I wonder why. Can you guess why I'm dressed up like a penguin? Because January is generally a cold month, and I thought penguins would be a fun story to tell today. So I brought some penguin books from the library. I have If You Were a Penguin. I have another book called Penguin Cha-Cha. There's another book, Penguin Gets the Hiccups. Can you imagine if a penguin got a hiccups and they were trying to swim in the sea? That would be very bad, wouldn't it? And the book that we're going to read today is called Penguin and the Cupcake. How many of you like cupcakes? I love cupcakes, but do you think penguins eat cupcakes? Well, the book that's written by Ashley Spires, this book right here, is going to tell us whether they like cupcakes or not. So the story goes like this, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit. I'm not going to read it exactly. So you may want to check this book out and find out what it really says. It says, "Hi, I'm Penguin." I know what you're thinking. What are penguins doing in a book with a polar bear and a walrus? If you think about it, penguins live way down in the Antarctica, way down in the bottom of the earth, way where it's very, very cold. And walruses live way up in top in the Arctic, where it's also very cold, but it's in the northern hemisphere, the top half of the earth. And that's why he's wondering why the polar bear and the walrus are here with him. So they're going to turn around. He said, well, it all started like this. My friends and I were sitting around ice fishing. That's what we do every day. We fish because that's what we eat all day. Fish, fish, fish. In fact, I've eaten fish for so many days, I'm actually getting kind of tired of fish. Once in a while, I get lucky and get to eat a squid or maybe some krill, but most of the time, it's fish. So I got to thinking and talking to some of my relatives, and they said that my sister's cousin's uncle, who lives in the northern hemisphere, up in the upper part of the earth, said that they eat cupcakes and that I might like to try a cupcake someday. I thought, well, that's a brilliant idea. I packed up my bags, put on my flying gear, and started to fly to the northern hemisphere. And then, you know what? Polar bear and walrus came on the scene, and polar bear said, wait a minute, penguins don't really fly. They have these flippers, they swim, but they don't fly. Penguin said, well, I know. And he said, oh, I'll just not let you have a turn reading in my book. So he decided to get on an airplane instead, since he can't really fly. So he got on the airplane, and he was eating his snacks on the airplane and really enjoying his trip. And he got to thinking, you know, this is really tough for a penguin to fly in an airplane, but I'm not just any ordinary penguin. So he kept thinking about all the fun opportunities he's going to have when he gets in the northern hemisphere of the earth and get a cupcake. He couldn't wait. And when he got there, he found out there's snow here too. Not only is there snow in the Antarctica where I live, but there's snow where he landed. But he thought, nonetheless, I'm going to go on my hunt for the cupcake. It just couldn't be. I've got to look around. Where could the cupcake be? And soon I came upon this purple guy. He lives here. In fact, it's a walrus. Remember, walruses live in the northern hemisphere? And he said, do you know where I can find a cupcake? The walrus said, no, I don't eat cupcakes. I just eat things that are on a very strict diet like fish and kelp. He said, if I ate cupcakes, I'd have a third double chin. Well, he said goodbye to the walrus. If he didn't know where cupcakes were, he wasn't going to keep talking to him. So bye-bye. Well, before long, he met another friend from this area. It was polar bear. He said, well, hello, polar bear. Polar bear said, hello, are you a penguin? He said, I am. I'm in search for a cupcake. Well, Polar Bear said, well, I don't have any cupcakes. All I do is eat blubbery things like whales and beluga whales and seals. And sometimes I eat birds. Wait a minute, aren't you a bird? He said to Penguin. Penguin said, well, yes. Normally I'm not really very afraid, but he decided to go say goodbye. Ah! He left the Polar Bear in a frenzy in search of his cupcake. Well, before long, he was just about to give up. He didn't know if he could find a cupcake. So he said, I think I'll get on the airplane and just fly back home. But for some reason, Polar Bear and Walrus said, don't go. And he said, oh, just you guys go away. You're no help to me. But before long, he heard a voice. It was a sweet, kind voice. In fact, when he turned around, it was a little old gray-haired lady wearing a necklace of pearls. And she happened to have a cupcake. And she said, would you like to have a cupcake? Penguin was so excited. He opened his beak, ate that cupcake so fast, didn't even get any frosting on his beak, and he was so proud of himself, he was delighted. And the little old lady could see that Penguin was so happy to have the cupcakes. She said, would you like to have the whole box of cupcakes? Penguin thought, whoa, that would be awesome. So he was going to take the whole box of cupcakes home and share them with his friends. So that's what he did. He took the cupcakes back on the plane with him, and he went to share them with his buddies. And when they got home, they sat and ate all the cupcakes, and it was so delightful. They gobbled those up, and they were so glad that they had met the lady with the cupcakes. They ate them all. And when they got all finished eating the cupcakes, something else fell out of the box. It was a pizza. They had never seen a pizza before. What should we do with that, they thought. And that's the end of the story. Well, I hope you remember that penguins really do like cupcakes. I don't know if they do in real life, but they do in our story. So check out that book from the library. Remember, you can call the library and ask for books. They'll bring them out to you curbside, and you just set up an appointment and swing by. And there's lots of other things you can get from the library. So one other thing I'd like to do before we leave, I want to have us stand up. So stand up if you're sitting down at home and pretend you're a penguin. Now remember, you have to be kind of chubby and you have to be able to waddle around like this. So we're going to sing a song. If you're a penguin and you know it, wave your flippers. So move your arms up and down. If you're a penguin and you know it, move your flippers. If you're a penguin and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're a penguin and you know it, move your flippers. What else do penguins do? Well, they don't fly, we know that, right? They waddle, that's right. So get your feet together and go, if you're a penguin and you know it, waddle like this. If you're a penguin and you know it, waddle like this. If you're a penguin and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're a penguin and you know it, waddle like this. What else could you find out about a penguin? Oh, they have beaks, don't they? If you're a penguin and you know it, shake your beak. If you're a penguin and you know it, shake your beak. If you're a penguin and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're a penguin and you know it, shake your beak. Let's see, what kind of feet do penguins have? They have webbed feet. I don't know if you can see my feet or not. Oh, they got special skin in between the toes so they can swim really fast. So if you're a penguin and you know it, pick up your feet. If you're a penguin and you know it, pick up your feet. If you're a penguin and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're a penguin and you know it, pick up your feet. Well, I hope you enjoyed being a penguin. Make sure you check out books about penguins, because this one book, If You Were a Penguin, has facts in there about penguins. Did you know that penguins swim really fast? and they can stay underwater for a very, very long time. And there are lots of different kinds of penguins. Some have these black and white suits like I have, and some are different black and white colors. And some have a black chin strap, and they're called chin strap penguins. And some penguins are about this big, they're almost as big as me, and they're called emperor penguins. So check out the books and find all about penguins so that when it gets cold, you'll know all about them. Have a good day. Check us out and come to the library and visit us on YouTube and Facebook and all the different social media. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.